Hi everyone. I am Bagger Don at stockmarketcaddy.com, CADDIE, and you are looking at our proprietary scorecard. If you are getting this video, it's because you are already a member. Hopefully you've gotten the scorecard, but we've made some improvements and I want to share with you what those are. If you are passing by and seeing this video on YouTube and you would like a copy of this scorecard free, just drop us an email and I'm happy to send it to you. Let me explain to you how we go about keeping score of our trading and how important it is to keep a relevant score. It isn't enough to merely keep score on golf on whatever you shoot on a given day out on the golf course. If you are serious about your game, you want to keep track of the fairways that you hit in regulation, the greens that you hit, the number of putts that you might make, the number of up and down from sand trap saves, they call it. Why? Keeping track of that data will help you week in, week out, focus on the areas that need improvement and repeat the things that are working well. In trading, it's much the same thing. If you are merely keeping track of the money, the final outcome of a given day, and comparing your performance from one day to the next or 1 week to the next, we think you're selling yourself short. And you may very well be falling into the trap laid out by the folks on Wall Street and Madison Avenue. Because if all you're doing is keeping track of the money, then you are trading greed and fear only, and they will get you. So we don't do that. We do keep track of the money, but we just don't score our performance based on the money. How do we keep score? We focus on something called profit factor. Profit factor. What is profit factor? Profit factor is when you divide the gross profit by the gross loss, as you're going to see in a moment, and it gives you a metric. If that metric is below 1, you are a losing money machine, and that's not good. If that profit factor is above 1, you are making money. We consider 1 to 2 average, 2 to 3 above average, over 3, when you're making $3 for every dollar you expend or even higher, you become a money-making machine and the money will simply accrue to you. And more importantly, by keeping track of your profit factor, you're going to know what you did right, what you did wrong, what you need to work on, so that you can have a scorecard to go back in time and draw confidence from what you were doing right. Or if you were doing something wrong, what you might need to do to become better. Now, there are other metrics in the scorecard, as you're about to see: average winners, average losers, win-loss ratios, the net income. But the lower right corner, that profit factor, is all important. So let me show you what our traders will do, or what we suggest. TradeStation has a wonderful tool for tracking your trades during the day. It's an excellent tool, and you can use that. But we would also suggest that at the end of the day, today being June 16th, oops, bear with me, June 16th, we just type it in, it'll automatically populate the date. Then we'll put in the ES market as an example, and the strategy was Swing Machine Plus as an example. The interval was 5 minute. Now, if you try to put in the trade count, it won't let you. These cells that have a light blue on them, they have a formula that's protected in there, and you can't overwrite it. So what you would do is you would just record the number of wins from the TradeStation score you could just transpose this, 5 wins. There's the total. You get a total here and also a weekly total. And then we'll put in, we're going to make this up for right now, 3 losses. So it also gives you your win-loss ratio, which is interesting to know, but not that critical to us. I hope it isn't to you. Once again, you can't record anything in here, it won't let you. But if you come over here and let's say that we made $1,000, it will automatically populate what your average winning trade was, which would have been, in this example, $200. And your net. Let's say that you lost $200. Your net is $800. Your average loser is $66.67. Your profit factor for the day is 5. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Beautiful. You complete it, you get a really good snapshot of what you're doing, and you get a real trading scorecard. When you finish this, you should save it and date it. Now, the first thing you might want to do is, before you populate this with anything, is do what? Is to save a blank copy so that next week you don't have to delete anything. But I do want you to know you can't break this Excel because you can't overwrite or delete these columns. You can delete individually without any concern of breaking the spreadsheet. You can do that. Or if you want to delete all the constants, let me show you how you do that on Excel. We come here to Home. We highlight all the cells with the exception of the ones down here at the bottom. And we come to, find and select. But before we do that, we actually must come first. You don't have to do it this way, but if you want to delete all the constants and or you want to create another column or you want to add columns or rows, this Excel spreadsheet is protected. You can unprotect it. And the password is SMC. And then we hit OK. And that password is in caps, SMC, capital SMC. And then that will, let's see, no, maybe it isn't. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. I think it is in caps, SMC. There it is. Yes, it is in caps. I didn't have the right button pushed. And so now it's unprotected. So if you want to delete the constants, you got to be careful about deleting the actual, formulas. You could come to Home. You come to Find and Select. You come to Go to Special. You come to Constants. You don't want to change the logicals. You don't want to change the errors. You just want the numbers and the text that are constants. You hit OK. Then they get populated, and then you hit Delete. And they're gone. If you have a need. But if you save a blank copy, you really don't have to do that. And if you make a mistake, you can always delete. Now, when I send this out to you, I want to save everything for you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to Review. I'm going to protect the sheet. I'm going to put in a password, capital SMC. I hit OK. It asks me for the password again, SMC. I'm telling you what it is, and then you hit OK. So if you want to put in a column, maybe you want to record the amount of time in the market. Maybe you want to record the commissions. Maybe you want to record whatever else you might want to record. You can unprotect it and add the cells and columns and set it up to your own liking. But at minimum, we like to keep it simple. And this is a very simple scorecard, and you can certainly save them based on a market or save them weekly. That'll give you the necessary information to track your own performance and most importantly, give you the tools to know what to work on. And then also, when you do really well, you'll be able to reflect back, what were the markets I was trading? What were the strategies that I was using? If you have any questions, let me know. If you're seeing this and you haven't yet got a copy, please don't hesitate to send me an email and say, hey, Bagger, you don't have to be a member. Can you send me a copy of your StockMarketCaddy.com scorecard? And I will be happy to send it to you. Have a great trading week. Thanks.